And that's just real talk. Because I deal with a lot of people in a lot of different spaces inside of this AI world, and it's just a different way that we have to move in 2025 if we're trying to really level up in this year. Because if you don't, we will really get left behind this year and next year if we don't really level up and start really working together as a syndicate, as a unified group. That's just real talk.
Mm. Well, before I ask my question and give my input, I think Lena has a question for you.
Yeah, sure, sure. Go ahead,
Ye-
Lena.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if, but I think he answered it already.
You got Zapier. It's so many of them
Yes.
that you can do this on, but Make
Okay.
is probably one of the easiest ones to learn. So there's room for multiple people to teach that within this space. That's not a big issue right there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Adrian, you had mentioned something about that our classes, all the different classes we got out there is kind of overlapping, and we doing the classes for just basically a certain circle. And then I remember that you mentioned the other day that we got to figure out how to expand ourselves to get out, so we have a broader reach. Anybody that want to chime in, let's do like a think tank on this. So anybody want to chime in? So what I think that we can do is create some type of system, or at least talk about it, where we all could teaching on certain things, but we're in sync with each other, so we won't bump heads, and then that we can reach a little further out than just the circle that we have now. Um, anybody want to add to that? Ideals, Mr. Patrick, Adrian, anybody
Well, I
want to
think
add?
one, first you start with identify the skill set of everybody, right? Because everybody's still going to have their own individual things, but if you're going to work together as a collab, what does Patrick do? What does Adrian do? What does Lena do? This and that, and then you can create a that let's call it a pipeline. Think of a big course, right? You offer it to
Mhm.
the people or whatever, but this is when you go through this module, that you go to Patrick. Then after that, but I think first identify what everybody's. If you want to work together, identify everybody's individual skill set, right? And you still may not.
Mhm.
I mean, or what you're going to apply to that project you guys are going to work on all together. And then, hey, we offer it all as one big course or whatever. And then, hey, when you start, somebody does this, somebody does that, somebody does that. And I just saw that as far as someone say, well, how do you divvy out the money when people pay?
Mm-hmm.
You find a platform that has collaboration like PayHip, right?
Yes,
And then you do it that way. Well, that's
yes, and I worked in PayHip. Well, me and Miss Taylor, we doing something, and I
mhm.
found out that PayHip pays right away. As soon as it
Yeah,
upload, it's moving really fast.
I like it.
Miss Sonia, can you add something to this discussion?